Hi everybody, Brian from the channel Brian here, and today's the day the Academy releases the official nominee list for the 2021 Oscars. If you watched my last video, I just kind of rolled out of bed and predicted what I thought the nominees would be. Links to that video will be in the description. And today I come to you rolling out of bed to now react to what the actual nominees are. I'm interested to see what happens because I am traditionally quite horrible at predicting what the Academy is going to do in terms of nominating, and especially in terms of what ends up winning. So let's just get right into it. First things first, I see right here, Minari is in the picture. Is the head picture for this New York Times article about the Oscar nominees, which I am both happy and kind of see as a bad sign because I love Minari, but besides Best Picture, I don't think I had it, I anticipated it getting nominated for a bunch because, I don't know. Anyway, let's get right into it. Okay, so we have, let's see, A Scene from Minari, which was nominated for 6 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Actor for Steven Yeun. Well, okay, so we already have one Best Picture nom and Best Actor nom out of the way. I have my predictions open right next to me on the computer here. I think, yes, okay, so I already got one wrong. Steven Yeun was nominated for Best Actor. Apparently, I thought he was going to get snubbed. We'll see how I do from here. Oh boy. Alright, let's go. Let's see, last time, year, the red carpet's back on stage, Pomp and Circumstances, let's see, Oscars 2021. Best Picture. Okay, so, first pick, The Father, had that, pretty expected. Judas and the Black Messiah, that was a snub of mine. I thought that was going to get snubbed. A pretty welcome surprise, really glad that's there. Mank also predicted. Minari, as we already discussed, Minari's on there. Very happy it's there. Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, Trial of the Chicago 7. Nothing that we really, that I didn't really expect from my predictions video. No to Five Bloods, which was my other snub along with Judas and the Black Messiah. Okay, I had Soul predicted for Best Picture and that didn't make it. I had No Hillbilly Elegy, which I predicted. Kind of thankful that's not on there if you watch the video. I predicted that one mostly as a joke. But what surprises me, no Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. No One Night in Miami either. Really? Both of those are off? Wow. I thought Ma Rainey would have been a shoo-in because of the whole Chadwick Boseman thing and Viola Davis really, pulling through. Both of them gave really good performances. But no One Night in Miami either, especially with the kind of comparison you can make where Ma Rainey overshadows One Night in Miami in such a major way. I would have thought at least one of them would have been nominated. Wow. In my predictions video, I said something about how many BIPOC stories came out this year and would probably be eligible for Best Picture. And a couple did, yet Judas and the Black Messiah and Minari. But you left off To Five Bloods, you left off One Night in Miami. I feel like a lot of people might be kind of upset about that. Whatever. I said what I had to say. Okay, moving on to the Best Director category. Lee Isaac Chung, Minari. I once again thought he'd be snubbed, but he wasn't. That's nice. Emerald Fennell, Promising Young Woman, expected. David Fincher, Meg, expected. Chloe Zhao, Nomadland. Yeah! Okay. The Academy came through. Thomas Vinterberg with Another Round is nominated for Best Director. Wow. Oh, man. Okay. Alright, so... Alright. Let's get over myself. Alright. I'm still kind of upset. No Shaka King for Judas and the Black Messiah. He really deserved that. No Spike Lee. No Aaron Sorkin. No Aaron Sorkin. Really thought that would be a shoo-in. And if we're really going by what the trend is, which is the Best Director Oscar usually ends up with the Best Picture Oscar. That means that, first of all, my prediction that Nomadland, if Chloe Zhao wins Best Director, I think it's still very possible that Nomadland will win Best Picture. But if the 4 that are nominated for Best Director are the likely Best Picture winners, all 4 of these I think would be pretty well-deserved winners. Thomas Vinterberg, a big surprise for me, super happy that's there, but it's not nominated for Best Picture, so I'm not sure if it's actually gonna, if he's actually gonna win that. Oh man, I'm so glad. Okay, I put so many joke nominations in my predictions video about how out of touch the Academy is and how likely it is that they're going to put Hillbilly Elegy for a lot of categories. But this is the most insight I've seen the Academy use in like years. Alright, so riding the high off of that one, let's keep going down to the Best Actor nominations. Alright, number 1, the big boy, Riz Ahmed, Sound of Metal, perfect pick. Number 2, Chadwick Boseman for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, to be very expected. Anthony Hopkins, The Father, Gary Oldman, Mank, and Steven Yeun, Minari. No Delroy Lindo. If he had to be replaced by anybody, I'm glad that Steven Yeun is the one taking his spot. But I would have liked to have seen Delroy Lindo on this list instead of Gary Oldman. I think that's way more warranted. I think I said my piece on all these performances in my predictions video. I feel I should mention I haven't seen The Father yet, but I think that's the movie I'm actually going to see tomorrow for a review at some point. But let's move on to Best Actress. Okay. Best Actress, Viola Davis, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Nobody surprised there. Andra Day, The United States versus Billie Holiday. I did not see this. So it's hard for me to really comment. But Vanessa Kirby, Pieces of a Woman, definitely predicted that. Frances McDormand, Nomadland, Carey Mulligan, Promising Young Woman. I feel like the 3, Davis, McDormand, and Mulligan, were really predictable picks. But Kirby also deserved, in my predictions, I put Amy Adams for Hillbilly Elegy, and thank you for not putting her here. So much. Very glad that did not happen, Academy. You're not redeemed in my eyes, because Green Book still won Best Picture, but you're doing okay this year. Decent. You're doing decent. Still would have liked to have seen some of those Best Picture nominations be reworked. Hold on, how many Best Picture nominees even were there this year? 1, 2, 3, 4. There were 8. There were 8 nominees for Best Picture, and I predicted 9. But yeah, Best Actress, 4 out of 5 nominees predicted for me, and I'm glad that my Amy Adams prediction didn't come true. So, moving on to Best Supporting Actor. Let's see. Sacha Baron Cohen for The Trial of the Chicago 7. I predicted that. Daniel Kaluuya, Judas and the Black Messiah. I think he's the front runner. Leslie Odom Jr., One Night in Miami, predicted that one. Paul Raci, Sound of Metal. Wow. Man, that's surprising. I didn't think he was actually gonna get nominated for this. Wow. Raci, like, Ahmed aside, he really brought like a really surprisingly big emotional component to it. Lakeith Stanfield for Judas and the Black Messiah? Okay. This is something that I talked about with Trial of the Chicago 7, because I thought multiple people could be nominated for that. But there are movies that come out. Who's the leading actor in Judas and the Black Messiah? Because I think it's Lakeith Stanfield. But if Daniel Kaluuya's a supporting actor, and Lakeith Stanfield is a supporting actor, who's the main character? Who's the main guy? Who would, like, if you were to nominate it for Best Lead Actor, who would you give it to? I mean, I'm not upset Lakeith is there. He did a really good job. I'm just surprised. I would have thought he would have been for Best Leading Actor. Maybe it was one of those things where they had really determined picks for Best Actor, and they were like, well, we really want to nominate Lakeith Stanfield too. Let's just say he's a supporting actor. No Jared Leto for The Little Things. That's good. We're not the Golden Globes here. No Chadwick Boseman for Da 5 Bloods. No Chadwick Boseman for no double nomination. If I had to pick, I would have edged Lakeith Stanfield out of there and put in Chadwick, because I think that was the better performance of the two. No David Strathairn, not really surprised about that. No Aldous Hodge, no One Night in Miami. Alright, let's move on to Best Supporting Actress. We've got Maria Baklova for Borat's subsequent movie film. That surprises me. I put her on my predictions list as like yeah, I'm glad to see the Academy is realizing the dimensions she brought to that movie. Even if I really wasn't crazy about it, I could admit that she did bring a lot of new elements to it that were really appreciated. Number 2, you had to, Academy. You just had to nominate Hillbilly Elegy for something, didn't ya? Glenn Close from Hillbilly Elegy is the less bad of the two performances between her and Amy Adams, but, and to be fair, in the case mostly with Glenn Close, I think it's more of a case where she did not have a lot of great material to work with, and the makeup kind of made her look like a caricature. So a lot of this stuff is not entirely her fault, but her performance at the end of the day still does not deserve to be nominated for a Best Supporting Actress Oscar. Olivia Colman, The Father, really easy to predict. Amanda Seyfried and Mank, very happy about. And Ye Jung-yoon from Minari. I'm gonna look up who she played real quick, because I only really knew Steven Yeun from the film. Oh, she was the grandma. She played the grandmother. I hadn't really considered Minari for other acting categories, but yeah, she did a fantastic job. A lot of the tension in Minari comes from the intergenerational like personality differences, and she really brought like a robust personality to the role. I'm pretty happy that she's been nominated. Didn't even think of it. Didn't even think of that idea. That's on me. Okay, but if we're gonna go on to we're gonna move on to the categories that I didn't really have like a bunch of like dedicated locks for, but starting with the screenplay nominations for Original Screenplay, Judas and the Black Messiah, Minari, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, Trial of the Chicago 7. Okay, in terms of my predictions, I had Trial, Promising Young Woman, Judas and the Black Messiah. The ones I got wrong, I didn't think Minari was going to be on there. I didn't think Sound of Metal was going to be on there. I'm glad both of them are there. But I thought The Five Bloods and Mank would be there. Mank is not for either screenplay award there. That surprises me. It seems right up their alley. Adapted screenplay is Borat's subsequent movie film is an adapted screenplay? Adapted from what? What did you adapt? You didn't adapt anything. There's no original work. Why is Borat's subsequent movie film an adapted screenplay? What did you adapt? Like, what are they gonna say? Like, you adapted like Trump's America? I don't understand. Okay. Alright. The Father, Nomadland, One Night in Miami. One Night in Miami, I predicted. Father, Nomadland. I predicted those three. The White Tiger, that's the Priyanka Chopra one, I think. Yeah. No Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Ma Rainey is just getting nothing. Man, I feel bad for it. I thought it was a shoo-in to win everything. But that's surprising to me that Ma Rainey's gotten nothing. I'm actually kind of glad that One Night in Miami's gotten a little bit more appreciation than Ma Rainey has so far, because I think it's the better movie. This is a screenplay award, which is pretty nice. No Regina King. I just noticed Regina King got snubbed for Best Director. But anyway, moving on to animated feature. Soul is all I really care about because like that's the one that's gonna win. Onward was the other Pixar movie of the year. It wasn't good, but it was Pixar, so it's gonna be there. Over the Moon, heard about that one. The Shaun the Sheep movie, Farmageddon. Yeah, that's gonna beat Soul. Wolfwalkers. I haven't seen Wolfwalkers, but people have really told me, like, yeah, this movie's really good. I don't think it's gonna beat Soul, especially because of how well it just connected with people, but I guess people are gonna be glad it's there. Production design, The Father, Mank, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, News of the World, and Tenet. No Promising Young Woman? No Promising Young... Did you see Promising Young Woman? That film looks awesome. And it's very coordinated with itself. Beautiful. Even though, I guess, like, other movies on this list, like, have good production design, I guess. Like, I've seen these other movies, and I think that at least above Tenet, Promising Young Woman deserves it. Costume design. If Promising Young Woman's not nominated for costume design, I'm gonna freak out. Emma. Mulan's on there. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, Pinocchio. Promising Young Woman is not nominated for Best Costume Design. I have never cared about who wins Best Costume Design. Ever. And the one time I'm invested in that, you don't nominate the one that deserves it. Academy, you had me, and you lost me. You just couldn't give us 1 year where you got everything right, could you? Like, nominate, making Parasite win Best Picture, that's nice, it's a nice thing to do. But, cinematography, Judas Black Messiah, Mank, I thought that would be there, News of the World, Nomadland, pretty expected, Trial of the Chicago 7. Nomadland's gonna win that, I think. It's just very picturesque and scenic. No Tenet. You'd think that with how well and how big Christopher Nolan shoots his films, I bet he's probably pretty upset by that right now. Okay. Pretty much expected. Wouldn't be surprised if Nomadland won that. Editing. The Father, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, Trial of the Chicago 7. Aside from The Father, which I haven't seen, I hesitate to say whether or not these movies are edited any better than the other ones. Sound of Metal, I think, is pretty well edited. I guess out of all these picks, if I had to pick one, I'd pick Sound of Metal. Makeup and hairstyling. Emma. Hillbilly Elegy. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, and Pinocchio. Promising Young Woman, I think I wanted this to be a nominee for as well, but compared to costume design, I think that it's a little more understandable that it's not on here. I don't know what Pinocchio is doing under all of these, like, awards, like costume design, makeup, and hairstyling. Like, who cares about Pinocchio? Sound, okay, so it is one award. Sound is combined into one award because art is dead. So, Greyhound. Oh, Greyhound? The bootleg Midway thing that Tom Hanks was in? Alright, Mank. Mank is actually a pretty... I hadn't thought about Mank in terms of best sound, but yeah, it did a pretty good job at actually sounding like an old movie. More than a lot of other films do that, I don't know, try to do the same thing. News of the World, Soul. Surprised Soul made it on there, but I don't know, it's very musical. I guess they just thought, let's just put Soul on there. Sound of Metal, I think, should win. It's an integral part of the story. It is very, like, you couldn't have Sound of Metal without how it handles its sound editing and sound mixing. So I really hope that wins. Visual effects. Love and Monsters, Midnight Sky. Mulan for best visual effects? Are you kidding me? That film looks terrible. What are you doing to me, Oscars? One and only Ivan Tenet. I hope Tenet wins. Hope Tenet wins. Full stop. Best score, The Five Bloods. The Five Bloods would be a pretty good pick for best score. I'm glad to finally see it on one of these nominees. Mank, Minari. Okay, I know I just said that The Five Bloods deserves to win it, but I think Minari does more. Sorry, Spike. News of the World and Soul. So we got some good nominees in this category, I think. So, move on. Best song. I don't know. I don't remember any of these songs. Where is The Plan by Travis Scott from Tenet? That song is a banger, and it deserves to win solely because of just how funny it is that Chris Nolan himself was like Travis Scott's song for this movie is the missing piece of the puzzle. Like, that's the Jar Jar's the key to all of this of the 21st century. Documentary feature. I've heard of Time, so I guess eventually when I do an Oscar winner prediction video, I'll pick Time. International feature, Another Round from Denmark. Okay. Good pick. Very glad that you decided to pick a good film. No Ladrona, that's not here. I've anticipated that. No Minari either. No Minari. There was a little bit of buzz about whether or not Minari would be nominated for international feature because, I don't know, it's like foreign language film, and it doesn't really count. I guess they finally decided to be like, overall, just, this is an American film, all things considered, and I'm glad that they didn't pick that. I think it would have been very reductive to Minari's overall impact on the cinematic landscape if it was reduced to being a foreign language feature and not nominated for Best Picture. I don't know any of these other foreign movies, though. For animated short, don't know any of those. Documentary, I don't know any of the shorts. Okay, and those are all of the Oscar nominations. Some pretty surprising stuff here. Some pretty surprising picks. I think in terms of what surprised me the most, definitely Thomas Vinterberg for Another Round. I think that if I were to pick a Best Director nom, this would be it. Other surprises, no Best Picture for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, no Best Picture for One Night in Miami. I thought those two would definitely be picked. Ma Rainey wasn't just something I thought would be nominated. That was like my, if I had to pick one movie that I thought definitely would be nominated, it would have been that one. But, Minari got way more than I thought it would, too. It got director, picture, actor, supporting actress, screenplay. Minari might actually win Best Picture. If Minari won Best Picture the year after Parasite did, that'd be pretty cool. I'm still thinking Nomadland is gonna win, but those are the two. Those are the two that I am really anticipating winning. Also, Sound of Metal for Best Picture surprises me. I thought it would have just kind of been swept under the rug a little. I think that for the major categories, the ones that I had a lot of big predictions for, I wasn't as upset about. A lot of the shoo-ins that I guessed, like Chadwick Boseman and Viola Davis, Carey Mulligan, Frances McDormand, but I think where this particular list really came into its own were some of the outliers, really acknowledging what the actors actually brought to the movie, especially in cases like Paul Raci and Maria Bakalova. Those are actors who, beyond the bigger parts of those films, really brought a lot of personality and ended up making them what they are. I think that once you get to some of the other categories, there's a few individual snubs that I'm really not happy about. Namely, the production design elements of Promising Young Woman. I think it is an absolute crime that didn't get nominees for costume design, production design, and makeup and hairstyling. That's just wrong. What are you doing? I joked about Hillbilly Elegy winning some stuff. I joked about Hillbilly Elegy getting some noms, and yeah, I'm not surprised it got the makeup one because it was one of those makeup is the selling point movies with how much they transformed Glenn Close or whatever. Because the Academy is really enamored with that kind of stuff. I didn't want to say this out loud that I thought it was gonna get there, but for Best Foreign Language Film, especially because of the audience and critical disparity, I kind of thought for a second there that Cuties was going to be nominated for Best International Film. And man, would that have just made the discourse surrounding this so much worse. And I'm really glad it's not. The movie's not just bad, it's just, it just makes people, more annoying to talk to. But okay, but I don't have much else to say. I think overall this is a pretty mixed set of nominations in terms of my reactions to them. Some pretty good surprises, some pretty expected ones. But overall, at some point I'll make my winners prediction list and likely get even more of those wrong. So, yeah, that's it. That about sums it up. Anyway, if you like not only words, but the way I arrange and then say them, please go ahead and like this video. And if you really want to, even subscribe to this channel. Brian from the channel Brian. Thank you, and goodbye.